here he is, and just look at the marshals around the circuit and the spectators up on top of the mountain giving him such a tremendous cheer. This will be a corner that Dick might treat just a little bit gingerly today. This is where he had the problem yesterday, hit those tyres, the back of the car got into the wall, but Dick Johnson has made the starting grid for the 1983 James Hardie 1000.
Sitting in here with Andrew Harris. Andrew, you were the almost forgotten man about the big drama last time of swapping cars. It was you who gave your car to Dick Johnson. Well, Dick's in trouble, but how's the car that you got going?
Well, the car that Dick gave me to compensate me for giving me his car is flying, and we're having very few problems with it. We've had a slight oil leak, which we've now rectified. The car feels very strong. Garry Cooke's back in the car and lapping at about 223, 224. I think the car's going to go well, and we'll probably run out in the top 10 if it holds together.
Well, it's fine for Garry. He's used to driving Commodores, but it's your first stint. You were driving Falcons up till now.
That's right.
How did you find it getting into an absolutely strange motor car?
Oh, it was really odd. I mean, I stepped in the car. The Falcon, as you know, is a very light car to drive because it's got power steering, but very big. And all of a sudden, I'm in a Commodore, and you can actually see out of the car in a Commodore. You can see the ground there, and you can see the ground there. And it's a much faster car out of corners and much more twitchy. So it took me about 10 laps to settle into it before I got down to reasonable times.
Andrew, what sort of deal was worked out that enabled you to give your car to Dick Johnson and accept another car from someone else?
Well, basically the way it started, Dick's wife walked past me, and I think Jill's one of the loveliest people in motorsport, and she was in tears. And I thought, well, the fans would much prefer to see Dick Johnson out there than Andrew Harris. So I said to Jill, listen, go and tell Dick he can have my car and I'll pull out of the race. And as soon as I did that, the manager of Prudential came down, not the manager of Prudential, Palmer's, yeah. Came down and said, no, we won't accept that. We'd love to take the car because Dick has to run a Falcon. We will find you another car to race. And you can see on the screen, there it is, running strong as strong.
And backed by the people of Bendigo.
Yes, it's just, we did a straight changeover, in fact. I'm using that car for the weekend, which is now, in fact, owned by Dick Johnson. At the end of the weekend, I get my car back and Dick gets his back. But I think the way this thing's going, he might try and talk a deal at the end of the weekend.
Well, you totally confused me. I forgot. I don't know who owns what car, but at least you're going well. Yes. And the people of Bendigo have every right to be cheering.
Thanks very much, Evan.
Thank you, Andrew Harris. Back to you, Mike.
Thank you very much to Evan Green and Andrew Harris. There's Garry Cooke in the car, the Bendigo 9 Commodore coming down through the dipper. Yes, amazing deal, the way that was worked out within a couple of hours yesterday of the crash during qualifying by Dick Johnson.
Ross Palmer from Palmer Prudential is the man with a fat checkbook that just scribbles his name on the bottom of all those zeros. And it allowed everybody to come out happy. The Palmer Prudential Falcon back on the racetrack, at least for a time. And certainly Harris and Cooke were happy.